In the darkest place on earth, a man found a light. In a world without freedom, he discovered the freedom of the soul. And when the world gave him death, he found the meaning of life. This is the story of Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor, a psychiatrist, and a man who taught us that no matter how deep your pain goes, there is meaning behind it. And today, we're not just summarizing a book, we're entering a journey that may just change how you see your life, your suffering, and yourself forever. Frankl's life before the camps. Viktor Frankl was born in Vienna in 1905. A gifted student of Sigmund Freud and Alfred Adler, he found his calling early in life, the human mind. By his 30s, he was a neurologist and psychiatrist, helping people with depression and suicide. But even then, he believed life isn't about avoiding suffering. It's about enduring it with meaning. And then came the Nazis. His work, his family, his entire life was erased with one word: deportation. In 1942, Viktor Frankl, his pregnant wife, and his elderly parents were sent to the camps. Arrival at Auschwitz. Frankl arrived at Auschwitz. Within moments, he was separated from his wife. That was the last time he ever saw her. He was stripped of his name and given a number. His manuscript, the book he had been writing, was taken and burned. Everything was gone. But he noticed something. Some prisoners died quickly. Others lasted. It wasn't about who was physically strong. It was who had something to live for. Daily life in the camps. Days began at 4 a.m. A piece of bread, a ladle of watery soup, forced labor until night, beatings for the smallest mistake. They dug trenches in the freezing snow with bare hands. Frankl tells how hope was like a flame. If you lost it, your body gave up. Some talked to their wives in their heads. Others prayed silently. Frankl said, "Love goes beyond the physical presence. I held conversations with my wife in my mind. The guards could take everything, but they could not touch the freedom of your inner world." Observing human behavior. Frankl, ever the psychiatrist, began studying those around him. The camps were a lab for the human soul. Some prisoners stole food, some betrayed friends, others gave away their last piece of bread. He wrote, "The sort of person the prisoner became was the result of an inner decision, not camp influences alone. In other words, you still have a choice, even when life gives you nothing else." He realized, the last of human freedoms is the freedom to choose your response. The philosophy of meaning. Frankl's central idea is simple, yet revolutionary. Life has meaning under all conditions, even the most miserable ones, not through pleasure, not through power, but through love, purpose, and suffering. In fact, he said, suffering ceases to be suffering the moment it finds a meaning. Even when you're powerless, you're not meaningless. He believed, you can endure anyhow if you have a why. Your job is not to ask what life means, but to realize life is asking you, and your answer is how you live. Discovering logotherapy. After the camps, Frankl developed logotherapy, therapy based on finding meaning. Unlike Freud, who said life is about pleasure, Frankl taught humans crave meaning. Even anxiety and depression stem from emptiness, not knowing what we live for. Logotherapy isn't just healing, it's awakening. Why are you here? What task is life asking you to complete? What pain are you carrying, and can you turn it into purpose? Escaping versus enduring suffering. Most people today numb their pain, scrolling, shopping, drinking, escaping. But Frankl says, you can't heal what you keep escaping. What if you sat with your suffering? What if you asked, what is this teaching me? Pain plus meaning equals transformation. He wrote, in some ways, suffering ceases to be suffering at the moment it finds a meaning. Don't run from the dark, walk through it, and light someone else's way while you're in it. Life after liberation. Frankl was freed in 1945. He had nothing, no family, no home. But he had a mission, to share what he learned. In just 9 days, he wrote Man's Search for Meaning. It became one of the most impactful books of the 20th century. He remarried. He practiced psychiatry. He gave lectures around the world. But he never forgot the camps or the truth he found there. Meaning is not given to you. You must create it. Modern day lessons. So what does Frankl teach us now? In a world full of distraction, find meaning. In a world addicted to comfort, embrace discomfort for purpose. In a world of chaos, choose your response. Meaning is found when you dedicate yourself to something greater than you. You love someone deeply. You endure pain with courage. So ask yourself, What is life asking of me right now? What suffering do I need to stop running from? Who do I need to become? Because as Frankl showed us, you don't need a perfect life to find meaning. You need a reason to live and the courage to hold on to it. Closing message. If this video stirred something in you, don't let it fade. Subscribe for more book-based lessons. Comment. What's your meaning? What's your why? And remember, you are not broken. You are being shaped.